Hey, Rob, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Howard? How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, did you see that show, Breaking 𝗵𝗲 𝗛𝗶𝗿 last night?
You know, I didn't, but I taped it.
Oh, you got to see it.
Yeah, it looks really good. Danny Bonaducci, who we know.
I've been reading about that, and I can't wait to see it.
They taped him, and he's like a real train wreck. I mean, he like...
Well, the first episode, he gives up alcohol, but then the rest of the season, he takes up shooting up steroids. And he turns into a real monster, screaming at his kids, ripping the camera away from the camera guy, turning it on them.
Dude, I
can't wait to see the next episode.
VH1 entirely shifted their programming to all reality. They call it, celeb reality shows.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to matter what celebs they get because... last night, I'm looking for something to watch. I'm I'm all over VH1. I watched Rockstar in Excess at 8 o'clock. That's on VH1 now? Yeah, on Sunday nights. And then 8:30, I'm right into the Brady affair, or whatever they're calling it. It's the kid from Surreal Life, Brady. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, him and that girl who hooked up on the Surreal Life.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The guy and the girl from, they got together on, what is that, Surreal Life?
The Next Top Model or something, that girl.
Right.
Christopher Knight.
Christopher Knight, the Brady kid.
Yeah.
Christopher Brady.
Well, he's no kid anymore.
Yeah, he's 50. 50. And he hooked up with a 22-year-old model who really isn't a model. She won that show, Be a Supermodel show with Tyra Banks.
America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, she won that show, but meanwhile, I don't think she's worked a day since she won that show.
Except on the Surreal Life.
Right.
Yeah, on these celeb reality shows.
Well, she was plotting this when she was on the Surreal Life. They showed where she was talking to her manager saying, I think I'm going to get a show out of this.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's sexy as hell. She's whipping her top off all the time. She's doing this dude. She's insane, like she's the bitch from with it. I mean, I find her fascinating to watch.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. Great show. Then I watch Hogan, the Hogan family.
The whole Hogan family.
Hogan Knows Best, which is Hulk Hogan's show. I'm totally into that.
And proves that Hogan knows nothing.
Hogan knows nothing. Hogan is bored out of his friggin' mind. You can tell he just wants to get out of the house, away from the wife.
And they're just bothering him.
Yeah, he's bothering his kid. He's so bored because he's not in wrestling anymore. He just bothers his kids all day. And the wife just doesn't look like a picnic.
Sometimes I
actually find myself feeling bad for the dude.
Every once in a while, it looks like, she's got to go search for him. He's got a room in that house somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, that's a bad sign.
That they have to go find him in.
And he looks like he's still doing the juice because he's pumped and jacked out of his mind. He walks around comparing his arms to girls' legs because he just wants to be big. And really, that's all he's got is being big. And even kind of sad.
At home, he's in all the get-up. Every time you see him, there's no downtime. He's not Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Once in a while, you'll see him without that do-rag. But
now his daughter's trying to be the next Britney Spears.
Yeah, and she thinks she's super hot, and he thinks she's super hot.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So that's that. But I like the show. I love watching the show. I like the Hulk Hogan family show. And then I was going to stay up and watch Breaking 𝗵𝗲 𝗛𝗶𝗿, but I had to go to bed, man. I was tired, and Beth came back from this fashion. She went to a fashion show for Luca last night. And without me, she went with one of her hot model friends, 𝗵𝗲 𝗵𝗲.
She even got a model name.
The two of them were practically nude and walking out of the house, and I was like, hey, I better be going to this thing.
What's
you guys
that all about?
Wet
bitches. To her, it's like going to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Like she's never been able, like Beth models, but she's never been able to go to any of these big shows, So she was all excited. She got invited.
So that's like a big deal. I didn't know.
It was a big deal to her. I've been to them. Years ago, I went to one. I think you went with me, didn't you? Yeah, it was kind of fun, but, I didn't want to be photographed. Like, I would go if I didn't have to be photographed.
That long, though. I mean, they walk out, and it's over.
It's over. It's 2 seconds. She was home, by 9:15. She left at, 7 and was home. So I was home, and I just immediately whipped out my new 𝗧𝗵𝗲 DVD that Richard made for me.
Did you actually take a look at it?
Did I take a look at it? Of course I did. Richard, 𝗧𝗵𝗲's coming in today. I wish I looked better. My hair's all screwed up, and I'm a mess. I'm tired from the weekend, but I put in the DVD, right? As soon as she left, I had to check it out.
What is it, like her Playboy video?
It's every Playboy picture she ever did.
Yeah. So it's just picture after picture? Do you have to, like, click on things, or do they just roll out?
Well, you click on stuff. And then
I don't know how he puts a DVD together.
You get a menu on the DVD on your computer, and then you click on it. And then he had videos of her, like, dancing naked. It was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Dancing naked?
The only criticism I have of her is that she's very retro Bush. I mean, she's got the...
Oh, like a big major...
Yeah, big major Bush. Like, if she was my girl, I'd have to, like, take that down.
Maybe she's changed. You know, that was a couple of years ago.
I'll ask her when she comes in today. Can't wait to see her. Hope she wears a little outfit. No panties.
Now, what is she famous for?
She was on that dancing show.
She was on the dancing show. What's the matter with you?
I don't watch that. I have no
𝗧𝗵𝗲.
Never seen a second of it. I have no care in the...
I have to ask myself, are things already falling off that she's showing up here?
No, she...
who cares about her?
I care about her.
Artie, you care about her.
I care about her early one.
I can't wait to see what you
Artie's going to care about her. Unless she comes in here all overdressed, like in a burqa.
No, she'll come. She'll show up right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about did you see the video where she's in like a lifeguard's chair and her leg is lifted up? And
no. It's weird. I didn't get that. Like some of them, like I only got two. One was of her dancing, but no music or anything. You couldn't hear anything. Then there was another one where there was lots of music and was part of the Girls of Baywatch.
Oh, okay.
And apparently she was Carmen Electra's stand-in. She wasn't even on Baywatch. Yeah.
Wow.
So like her career wasn't going so great. I studied the thing. I watched it all like 3 times.
I've been following her career for a long time.
But I couldn't. I saw some stills of her as a lifeguard.
Well, there's a video of her as a lifeguard where she's in a tall chair and she's got her leg way up and.
She's spread eagle?
Yeah, well, not totally, kind of from the side, but you see the bottom of her leg and the thigh, and oh, man, it's perfect.
Is that what gets you going?
Yeah, but I know what you mean, too, about the retro...
when you finally slept with a girl just a couple of days ago, like it took you 3 hours to finish, and yet I'm sure if you just look at that leg and thigh shot on 𝗧𝗵𝗲... Seconds. So, man, there's something wrong with you. Like you have an intimacy issue.
And the other night when I was like, you know, when I finally had sex, I kind of had to like finish off myself.
Really?
Yeah.
What's going on with you, man? That's 3 hours of doing it.
I don't know.
It's because his computer is filled with dudes.
Seriously? You got a real issue.
And you said the girl was hot.
She was real hot, yeah. But I'm just
pleasure yourself.
doing that. Yeah, I guess I'm so used to it.
But you're with a hot chick and she's touching you. And...
You'd think you'd explode right away, don't you think?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, I have the opposite problem. I finally get near a real girl, like everything just goes off.
Shoot off like a rocket.
Like a rocket ship.
Take off.
Yeah, I could kill you
before you get your pants
off. One poor girl had to take the emergency room. A piece of her head came off.
Real girls feel so good, you know, compared to the plastic ones. Yeah, they do. They feel great.
So I had the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 DVD going that you put together.
Oh, man.
Nice compilation. Good job.
Thanks. Glad you enjoyed it.
Liked his work.
He's good.
Richard and his evil perv, like, laboratory.
Like, I put the DVD in, and then right away my computer asked me, do you want...
And did you see how I have the pictures labeled as, like...
Super hot in folders? Yeah. Thank you.
The effing hottest picture ever, and, like, that's how I categorize
them. Oh, so did you go to the effing hottest picture ever?
Yeah, of course I did. It was hot. He was right. Kid knows.
Effing hottest picture ever.
The effing hottest picture ever.
All the best ones, I put the F word in front of them. Yeah.
So anyway, so Beth went to this fashion show. And
effing big penis.
That's what's in the other folder that he doesn't show you.
Really nice penis folder.
That's a nice penis.
And when she came home, she asked me if I watched the Kelly Monaco DVD, and I said I did, and then she wanted to know if I'd pleasured myself, and I said I didn't. She didn't believe me, so I had to have sex with her so she believed me.
You know something I did the other night that was pretty wild? And I got to be careful how I say this. I pleasure myself, but did it backwards.
What's that mean?
Like
when Benji does that? You turn your hand backwards?
Yeah.
Why?
Was that like having a new?
It was new, yeah. It was cool.
Benji perfected that grip. You might want to talk to him.
That's a cool grip. It felt like somebody else, you know.
Somebody told me you slept in bed with Sal over the weekend.
Yeah, Saturday night. We did a comedy show, and he was real tired, so he came and slept in my bed. We watched a movie. And
Do you hold each other?
No, but we had to share that same blanket. And stuff.
Oh, man.
And I swear, I don't know if he was messing with me, but I swear I felt him tickling my ass in the morning. I think he was like joking around when we woke up.
That's not a joke.
Good one.
This was the creepiest
Why are you always
night.
sharing beds with guys?
Because I live in the city, and people need to crash in the city, so I offer it.
It was the worst night of sleep I've ever had. I would sleep better in a rock concert than sleeping at his place.
It's my man trap.
You were in his place.
Oh, it was awful, Howard. I felt like I was a rape victim. It was like a little dungeon, and this futon, he has black sheets as soon as you walk in. On
Black sheets.
Yeah, and they don't stain.
No, that's the thing. You can see stains on these black sheets.
White sheets, you don't see stains.
It was like dried pancake syrup all over the sheets.
And why did you just go home?
I was so tired. I felt like crying. I was driving. I was on the BQE, and Richard goes, you know, I want to meet some people at a bar. You mind dropping me off? I'm like, yeah, you know, it's 1:45. I just want
to go home.
I get to the exit. He goes, you know, I didn't know it was 1:45. You mind dropping me back off in the city? And what am I supposed to do? Leave him in the middle, leave him in the middle of the Bronx?
Take him back to your house and let him sleep there so you can be...
I get to his place, and the elevator doesn't work. We have to walk up 45 flights of stairs.
It's on the 7th floor. That's brutal.
It felt like the 70th floor. And we get up there, he opens the door, and you can hear it creaking. It's like a horror movie. You see this futon, Howard, with this one black sheet, and he goes, all I got is one blanket. I hope you don't mind sharing. And I'm like, I'm sleeping on the floor. I'm not sharing anything.
You should have slept in the stairwell.
That's his move, man. That's how he gets you into the bed.
And the thing is, there's no room on the floor because that's where I put my clothes.
But Howard, this blanket, this so-called blanket, it looks like a floor mat, like a placemat. It's like a coyote. It's this little cheesy blanket with hair and stains on it. And I'm freezing. He goes, I like it real cold when I sleep because I get warm with my blanket. And I'm like, so he takes off all his clothes. And his big belly's hanging out. He looks like my grandfather.
And what do you mean all his clothes? Like
all of them. I mean, down to his boxers.
My boxers.
Everything's jingling in there anyway, you know. And I just curl up in the fetal position against the wall, and I'm freezing. And he turns on the air. And on top of all this, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Can't you say to him, don't put on the air?
I felt bad, you know. I mean, he's Richard. I love the guy. So I'm in the fetal position, and he goes, you want to watch horror or comedy?
Watch some porn.
He's like, it sounds like, well, I'm currently starring in a horror movie. So I'm like,
horror. This is horror right now.
I think he makes it cold, so you have to cuddle with him.
Yeah.
I'm getting
warm.
It's cold. You want to cuddle?
I'm warm.
Terrible. And I'm trying
It's warm in my ass.
I'm in the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm in the corner in the wall.
Guess where it's warm?
It's warm inside of me.
The warm spot.
It's cold inside.
Cut me open and get inside.
My colon is heated.
You know where it's warm? My colon.
My lower intestine has heat.
What a crazy
My throat is warm.
My saliva is warm.
All right, I don't want to hear any more of this.
Wait, but how?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So now, every 20 minutes, I'm waking up shivering, like, you know, and it gets so cold, I turn around, and there's Richard. He's out like a light, you know. It's like a retard sleeping, not a care in the world.
I'm so jealous of people who could do it.
And I couldn't help it. I slowly picked up this floor mat blanket, and I put it over my shoulder. And when I did, my ass touched Richard's ass.
I felt that, yeah. I woke up
and that was it.
Felt good.
Oh.
I got a
Mission accomplished.
Put your ass a little closer to mine.
This is what I've been waiting for.
You know what's warm? My ass cheeks.
Boy, these shorts are rather cumbersome. I think I'll lose them.
Hey, how did you get in my mouth?
Don't you want a spoon?
Welcome to the horror movie.
So how long did he watch a movie for?
Well, he goes, you want to watch Creep Show 2? I'm like, Creep
Yeah,
you're like Creep Show 1. This is Creep Show.
Yeah, right. You're on the set of Creep Show.
Did he put it in?
He put it in. I go, dude, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm freezing my ass off. Just shut the TV off.
And then he falls asleep with it on, or no?
No, he shut it off for me. He goes, I got something better. He goes, what was the name of the movie?
Oh, I showed him a movie that I made years ago with my buddies in Missouri. And it's like the beginning of the movie is just a white shot on a pair of hog testicles.
That's the whole
Good
thing.
movie.
Yeah.
You want to be the girl or the boy?
Wow. I reckon you like to be the bottom.
You look like a hairy bottom.
Oh, and another thing. When,
I'm a power top.
Before we got
Primarily, but I can switch.
Right. I'm kind of ambidextrous when it comes to gay stuff.
Ambidextrous.
Power everything.
I'm a switcher.
I can ream you with my left hand or my right. Let's play Roto-Rooter. I'm not like your wife. I won't say no.
I'll do anything.
I don't say no to anything.
I don't care how big your wallet is.
All kind of sex is okay with me.
I don't mind if you're unshaven.
Hold me.
Yeah.
You want to watch Breaking Bonaducci and Break Sal?
We're just staring at pig balls all night, and he's giggling. The whole time.
And you're lying in this on the futon together.
Yeah.
Is there music when you're looking at pig balls?
Yeah. There's a whole soundtrack.
Nails stuff.
Yeah.
Got guys throwing rocks at the pig's balls.
This is some movie.
How long is the movie?
It's like a 2-hour movie.
It's too long.
We only made it to about 15 minutes. Then we watched Creep Show.
How many? You have the DVD for Creep Show too?
Yeah. I watched it again last night.
All the time you moved, how does that make it? Like, where do you cut off stuff?
I've got a great library. That's why his clothes are on the floor. He's got to keep those DVDs somewhere.
Yeah,
Why did you watch it again?
Because
you forget.
Yeah. See, I'm one of those guys. I only watch movies I know I'm going to like. I never try anything new. That's a classic.
Yeah. I see a lot of people went to see that movie this weekend with The Exorcism.
The Exorcist.
Did you see that, Robin?
Emily Rose. Yeah, I saw it.
How was it?
I think a lot of people got fooled because they thought that was going to be like an Exorcist movie.
It's like a trial movie or something, right?
It's about a real-life trial of a priest who did an exorcism and killed a chick.
But there's some interesting little moments where they do flashbacks of what actually happened. And I thought, it's a decent ghost story. It's not, the horror film you expect it to be.
Yeah. There's one coming out called Venom that looks really good. Have you seen the ads for that?
Yeah, I'm going to get the DVD and watch it with Sal.
I'm waiting for Venom.
I'm waiting for Venom Part 2.
Rich, you're the only guy in the world waiting for Venom.
But did you see Transporter 2 really drop down?
Yeah.
Didn't make much money at all this weekend. Must be bad.
Because most people are like me. I'll watch that on DVD. Yeah. I can wait. I can wait for that one. I'm still waiting for Star Wars to come out on DVD. I didn't see that.
What, the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, you could burn a copy, no problem these days. They're all over the place. Not that I have one.
So did you really tickle my ass in the morning, or was I thinking
Dude,
about
you were
that?
fantasizing. You're a freak. There's no way.
It's funny, too, because
I would stab you before I tickled you in the butt.
he had to get up to use the bathroom, and it was like walking through a maze, because I got an office chair, I got clothes on the floor, and I could hear him fumbling around and having trouble making it to the bathroom.
Did you have morning wood?
No way. Morning cork, man. I hadn't any...
Did you wake up with morning wood, Richard?
No, but I did go in the bathroom and do myself while he was asleep, like after he fell asleep.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He goes, I can't wait to get home and, take care of it. I go, dude, I'm sleeping over. He's like, well, maybe I'll have to wait till you fall asleep. And that's exactly what he did. What a weirdo.
Don't worry.
Think about that.
Don't worry.
No.
The bathroom is
I actually had the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗪𝗻.
You can't wait till he leaves? I mean, you can't go 24 hours without pleasuring yourself?
Well, no, because then it would have been Sunday, and I don't do that on the day before work, so I had to plan that so where I could do it on Saturday night.
When are we going to contact the authorities?
I wonder why? Why can't you do it on Sunday? Why?
Because I'd be tired today. It'd mess up my whole week.
Trains him.
If you did it Sunday at like noon, you'd be tired?
Well, then it'd mess up my whole day. I'd be too tired to go for a run and too tired to get groceries.
Now you're making sense.
He takes this job real seriously. Like, I mean, he's like a boxer.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not a real boxer. He's just a box.
I just think just listening to this apartment, it should be condemned.
Hey, if you want to see his apartment, we've got all the pictures on Vagina Corner, so you can look at Richard's apartment. It's pretty good. In addition, you got Baba Booey smoking pot in Amsterdam with Sal, and a whole bunch of pictures.
Poor Sal's living through everything. He's got to go to Amsterdam with Baba Booey and tape him. Then he's got to sleep with Richard.
Yeah. Well, go to howardstern.com. You'll see pictures. It's Vagina Corner. Click on that.
You should have had a camera that night.
I know, I should have. Richard, another story, too. I don't know if we should get into it now.
What?
There was a bunch of old ladies at the comedy club Saturday night, the show we did.
Yeah.
Like real old, like
Richard
80s.
really old, really.
Yeah.
And Richard started doing these real vile Christopher Reeves jokes. And they all started walking at him. And there was 4 left.
They all had party hats on. They were there for some old lady's, like, probably 85th birthday or something.
What club?
Circles.
Imagine somebody paid to see a professional comedian, and Richard gets up there and reading some crap you saw on the internet or something.
And then I do this bit where I, like,
pleasure myself
Oh,
in front
what
of
a surprise.
of my own face. Russian roulette.
I did a set with Richard over the summer at that benefit you did, Sal.
Yeah.
Remember he came up, and he might be the dirtiest comic I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he funny, though?
Yeah, I thought he was kind of funny.
No, come on, be honest. Was he?
I mean, he's a beginner.
Right.
Put it that way.
Yeah. It's been getting pretty good.
Hi, everybody. I just want to tell you about Christopher Reeves. First of all, the guy's name's Christopher Reeve. But, you know,
who cares? He's dead.
I want to tell you. I do. I want to tell you about Christopher Reeves. And you know right away the audience is like, oh, Christ.
That's exactly. All of a sudden you heard, oh.
Yeah, but see, I love that reaction, though.
You love
like
the reaction of people leaving?
Well,
Yeah,
I like
that's
that almost as much as a laugh.
I love guys who are in comedy who convince themselves by bombing they're really good because it's not that they're funny, they're just offensive.
Well, I didn't
Or
bomb,
that the crowd doesn't get them. That's the big argument a lot of guys have.
Can I?
The crowd's too dumb.
Crowd doesn't get my Christopher Reeves material.
You want to?
I would like to hear.
Howard, do you want to hear the joke? It's pretty funny.
I would like to hear some of his Christopher Reeves material.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, well, I was reading TV Guide the other day. They're actually doing a remake of the movie Ghost starring Dana Reeve. But the weird thing is the movie only lasts a minute because Christopher Reeve's ghost can't get up the stairs in her apartment.
You think that's funny?
It's so bad, it's funny. It's terrible.
I agree. It's so bad it makes me laugh.
I don't even understand
It doesn't even make sense.
In the movie, Dana Reeve's character lives in a high-rise apartment.
Do you think Christopher Reeve is in a wheelchair in heaven? Like, is he still confined?
Well, that's what's so crazy about it, is if he was a ghost, he wouldn't be in a wheelchair.
I see.
And then then I say, well,
a lot of backstory.
The whole minute of...
Yeah, because he didn't tell us about the high-rise apartment either.
Well, yeah, I forgot that part of it. But then I say the whole minute of the movie is spent with his ghost trying to press the elevator button with his head.
Wow. I wonder when he's up here, does he go, and then I say...
He just goes along as he's on stage. And then he went back on the sidewalk, and a van came and picked him up. Thank you.
Does anyone laugh?
Yeah, I was cracking up. When Richard tells me a real bad joke on the way in, I purposely laugh as hard as I can. And I give him all the confidence in the world to do it on stage.
See, what's funny is a ghost wouldn't have a wheelchair, see?
As long as I'm making salad.
So after the joke doesn't do well, you go back and give details about the backstory that makes it funny? You tell the joke, oh, by the way, that guy in the joke, he's Polish.
That lady,
by the way,
that group of ladies didn't understand he wouldn't have a wheelchair in heaven.
That's what makes it funny.
She lives in a high-rise.
You get it?
It did all right. I mean, there was about half laughs and half O's.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
All right.
Them old ladies were...
Good for you, man.
Them old ladies what?
I don't know if they were too much into it.
No, they laughed. You don't know if they were too much into it.
They had laughed enough at
I didn't have
It's hard to get
jokes.
It's hard to get a read on the old ladies when they leave. It's hard to hear if they think it's funny. I gotta take a break. Did I talk to you on the phone yet? Hello?
Yeah.
I talked to you, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to slow you down, Howard.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Say what you got to say, then I got to take a break.
No, I was just saying about the Bonaducci show. That's all.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Right.
All right, Rob.
All
Later.
Right, have a good one.
Right.
Later.
That's Rob. I got to take a break. I know there's a bunch of folks on the phone. If you can just hang in through the commercial break, we'll get right back to you.
Black angel, Robin, when will you be mine? I love your luscious cans, I want them all the time. You're my black angel, Robin, when will you be mine?
When the chief executives of television start worrying about only being in the mainstream, then we're in trouble. I mean, I'm a great defender of Howard Stern. I'm not saying I necessarily watch a show, don't watch a show, that's irrelevant. The fact is, Howard Stern makes the rest of us free. Because if we can go to sleep at night knowing that Howard Stern can be on television, then everyone else in the business knows they're okay. That I never have to worry about saying the wrong thing or I'll be censored. That makes us free. If you can knock Howard Stern off television, then everyone else in broadcasting has to suddenly worry, I better not say anything that is outside the mainstream. I better only say what middle America believes. And all of a sudden, we then get white bread television, and, we'll have television.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday. Tuesday, August 9th. Part of the show where I prove it's live. Morning, everybody. I don't know where to begin. Oh, you got those? Let me have those. I only played this once yesterday. All right. Here's Riley Martin. All right, let me just start off with a couple of funny tapes. Here's Riley Martin calling C-SPAN. You heard this yesterday late in the show.
What we're saying is use the laws of physics to use energy as efficiently as possible, to waste as little energy as possible.
New Brunswick, New Jersey, good morning.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Riley Martin, friend of the Ada's. I may talk to the space people, but you need to get a life, man. Hello.
Caller, we can hear. Do you have a comment for our guest?
I'd like Howard to accompany me on a space voyage.
I'm not grasping what he's saying. Let's move on to West Haven, Connecticut. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Who haven't we gotten on C-SPAN? You know what I mean? We got tape of everyone on C-SPAN.
Yeah, we can get into C-SPAN, it seems, at will.
No Daniel Carver yet on C-SPAN. Haven't done that.
That'll make their head spin.
Yeah, we haven't figured that one out yet.
It's one to look forward to.
Yeah. Where's that tape of Riley calling that guy Howard?
That's good.
All right, just to get things started here. Give me that. This is a good one. Time I play that. Okay. We found a guy named Howard in the phone book, and this is pretty good.
Hello.
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 Who's speaking?
I'm Riley Martin, friend to the aliens.
Huh?
I'm Riley Martin, friend of the aliens.
I didn't understand. Who is it?
I'm Riley Martin.
Huh?
I'm Riley Martin, friend to the aliens.
What?
I'm Riley Martin.
Hello?
I'm Riley Martin, friend to the aliens.
Yeah, what can I help you with?
Howard, get a life, man.
Yeah, go ahead and speak. I don't understand. Go ahead and tell me what you want to know.
I'd like Howard to come maybe someday and go on my ship. It'll get him out of the house, you know.
Say that again?
Are you listening, Howard?
Yeah.
I'd like Howard to accompany me on a space voyage. And we'll get him out of the house and stuff.
Get what out of the house now?
I may talk to the space people, but you need to get a life, man.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm Riley Martin, friend to the aliens.
A friend of the Eagle?
What
Eagle?
Here's Howard.
Huh?
And we'll get him out of the house and stuff.
I don't understand get what out of the house? Who are you trying to call?
Howard?
Yeah.
Are you listening, Howard?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I may talk to the space people, but you need to get a life, man.
What do you mean by getting a life?
He will learn some of the secrets of the universe.
Huh?
I'd like Howard to accompany me on a space voyage.
On the state board? I don't know who you call it, to tell you the truth.
Here's Howard.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm Riley Martin.
I would like you to accompany me on a skateboard.
A skateboard.
A space aliens.
Is everyone...
a friend to the aliens. I'll say
I'm a friend of the alien, boy.
Hello. What is it? Even hello is not. It's hello.
Hello. So he says hello.
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 Hey, where's that voicemail from him? Because he wants a job on satellite with us. He wants to have his own show, and I'm going to give him one. You know, give him a little half hour a week. People tune in.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
15-minute show.
I'd listen to that for a little while.
Get him all liquored up.
I think he'd be great.
This is Riley. I thought I would call you, man. Leave you a message to tell Howard. Please do not give me a job. You understand? Otherwise, it's very serious. Please do not give me a job. You understand? Because maybe I don't know nothing, no how. But, you tell Robin I'm going to love her till I die. Because she feels pleasing to the warmth of my bosom. You see? And tell Howard the only reason I love him is because he's running neck and neck with me on being a dirty bastard. Bye.
Wow.
Goodness knows what's in that head.
Yep. That's my boy, Riley Martin. Who you calling, boy? King of all blacks, you're on the air.
I was watching. Oh, Robin, your boots are beautiful.
I saw them on the internet.
Oh, yes, they took a nice picture, didn't they?
You know, my wife said she didn't. I said Howard said she didn't like them. She said, why she don't like them?
𝗵𝗲 𝗛𝗶 said like what women want. But
I never said I didn't like the boots. What's wrong with you?
Well, when she said that, you probably have all that type of stuff anyway. And you was like kind of cheap.
Tell them why you don't like the boots.
I do. It's not that I don't like the boots.
But tell them why you can't wear them.
I can't wear them because my calves are large and they won't go up. The zipper won't go up.
Robin's telling me she has man calves.
I do.
Robin, that's a good one.
What?
I gotta admit that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good excuse. I gotta admit that one.
Oh, stop it.
Well, she can go to the 𝗵𝗲 𝗛𝗶 store here in Manhattan and get anything she wants now.
I know it's kind of rude, but what did you pay for those?
They were a lot of money.
Can I guess?
Sure.
I think a pair of shoes out of there, because my wife, she wants a pair of shoes. I think a pair of shoes out of there cost about $500, so those are about $2,000. Like about...
You're in the ballpark.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So, Robin, what are you going to get when you take them back?
I don't know. I'd have to take a look, wouldn't I?
They got all kind of woman crap there.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay, another thing, real quick. Eddie Murphy. A lot of people was, talking about why they broke up and how beautiful their marriage was. Why do you think rich people break up like that?
Well, first of all, I'm kind of fascinated that Eddie Murphy announced he's getting a divorce, and it was barely in the newspaper. How'd he get away with that?
I don't understand that at all. I saw it was like a little press release and nothing.
Well, they were on, like all of those Entertainment Tonight shows was talking about it.
I'm just thinking that, like, Eddie Murphy isn't that big a star anymore, I guess. I mean,
well, he went into that whole children's movie realm, and I guess that doesn't matter.
My divorce was on the front page of the paper for a week.
Oh, yours was crazy.
Yeah, but I'm saying Eddie Murphy's a huge star.
Well, he's certainly very wealthy.
Yeah. Well, he turned into a nice guy. You know, they don't like the bad, nice guy. They couldn't wait to do that to you. You know what I mean?
Actually, I can imagine that if Bill Cosby's marriage broke up, it'd be front page news.
Yeah, I don't know why Eddie Murphy got a free pass. And by the way, the press wasn't all that brutal with me. They were actually pretty nice about it.
They just announced the story.
Yeah, they were actually pretty nice about it for once.
So it was pretty funny looking at when they were showing old footage of when they first got married. She was getting all ready and talking about how much she loved Eddie.
Yeah, that's
you know what I
think?
think? I think when women marry you, right, they like you. And my wife's the same way. When they marry you, they love they love the ground you walk on. And every year, more and more, they start to think that they're better than you.
Well, can you imagine how... You're absolutely right.
That's right.
Can you imagine...
Well, my wife ain't better than me. She thinks she is, but she's not.
Can you imagine how... Can you imagine how naive people are that they actually believe that they're going to feel the same way about a person the first day that they meet them, that first year of romance, and they think it's going to last forever? Can you, as someone who was that naive, I throw myself in that category, but I've wised up.
What cracks me up is now I'll look at like a 16-year-old kid, and he thinks the love he feels for his 15-year-old girlfriend is earth-shattering.
Yeah.
And no one's ever felt that before.
Well,
everything they see, this was going to take them through the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
it's... Well, that really doesn't come with age, because when I first met my wife, and just like everybody else, you get like a lump in your throat because you can't wait to see them. Now you run from them.
Right, now you get a lump in your head.
That you got to go home to.
But I tell you something. You have to laugh at adults. I'm talking about people in 30s and 40s who really believe that somehow this romance is going to last. And then they're shocked. Gee, the intensity isn't there anymore. Well, that's it. What did you think? How did you... that's operating on a level of, like, I believe in Santa Claus.
Well, it's operating on the level of a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And then you're scared. Well, you're not scared. I'm not talking about me personally, but you're scared to say I don't love you anymore, and I want other women, so you stay in it and be miserable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is that your case?
No, it's not my case. No, seriously, because at least for my wife, she's a Hispanic girl, so she knows her place, but she's starting to believe that she's better than me. Like, and that's been happening for about 3 weeks now.
You can't have that.
Uh-oh.
No. I can't have that now.
No, well.
Come on, King.
And I got a joke for you.
I got to go, man.
Wait, please.
You're
just
taking
one
up
joke.
all my time.
Just one little joke. And I want to just plug my website. Just one joke. Because it's my birthday today, please.
All right, hurry up quick.
All right. Say happy birthday, yo. It's my birthday.
Come on, dude.
All right. It's a garage sale, right? A garage sale, and this guy is selling brains out of his garage, okay?
That's already ridiculous.
No, you know.
A human brain he's selling out of his garage.
Yeah, he's selling brains. He got a white brain, a black brain, and an Asian brain.
Okay.
So a guy comes up to the garage sale and says, well, how much is that white brain? And the guy says, that's $500. And the guy said, $500? That sounds pretty good. Well, how much is this Asian brain? He said, well, that Asian brain is like $700. So he said, oh, man, that's expensive. How much is this black brain? And he said, well, that brain right there is $7,000. He said, $7,000? Why is it so expensive? And the guy said, it's never been used. Howard, KingOnBlack.com. You got to check it out. I got some hot stuff on that website.
All right, I got to go.
I love you, man. You know you're my dog.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Love you.
I got to check that website out. What could be on that website?
Can you imagine? It's got to be like the Cabby website. I'm still waiting for something to happen on there.
We could send them a letter in jail.
We heard from Cabby. I didn't hear from him. Gary did, and Cabby's message to us was that he's doing well in prison. He's okay.
Kicking ass.
How many days has he done so far? He's got 365.
Biatch. I don't know, like
10, yeah.
Probably done about 3 weeks.
No.
2 weeks.
10 days, like.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
A little over a week.
Yeah. So, I was going to play all the different people we got on C-SPAN. Here's Richard Simmons on C-SPAN.
Next call for Stuart Bowen is from Baltimore, Maryland. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Marilyn.
Good morning, caller.
Well, hello.
Do you have a question?
I love watching your sausage. Keep it up.
Okay, we'll continue with the next call. Hoboken, New Jersey. You're next. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
My nuts, they get a little numb sometimes, and I get this tingling.
The next call is West Haven, Connecticut. We seem to have one crank caller who is getting through, and we apologize for that. Good morning, West Haven.
There you go.
We only have one caller, and he's a crank.
Right. He's a nut. All right, that's that. That's Richard Simmons. Here's Wendy the Retard calling C-SPAN. I've got about 3 of these, but here you go.
Next is Essex, Maryland. Hello, Essex.
Yeah, hi. They should, as far as the solid rocket boosters, they should put some kind of wire mesh over it or something to keep the stuff from falling off.
New York City. What do you think?
What do you think about how it's going to go on demand TV?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
What do you think about how it's going to move it on demand TV?
Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Benton, Arkansas.
Moving it along.
She understood.
Yeah. Here's Hank the Angry Dwarf. We made him live again on C-SPAN recently.
And we may see a final vote on CAFTA, the Central American and Dominican Republic Free Trade Agreement, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday in the House. New York City. Good morning.
Hi, this is Frank. They're the only country that should be part of the United Nations. Sit in my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up.
Let's go to Philadelphia. Hello there.
And finally, for your listening entertainment, here is the star of Granny Porn, Blue Iris. getting through to C-SPAN.
Sacramento.
Morning. Thank you, C-SPAN, for taking my call. Unfortunately, I am a victim myself. My grandmother suffers from the flu, and she doesn't have any government assistance. She's here with me. I had to quit my job to take care of her.
I'm getting myself hot.
I'm not sure where that question was going. Let me ask in closing.
Wow, they're good at just remaining
calm.
Yeah, and on target.
Yeah, they're C-SPAN. They don't get aggravated. Hey, Nick, you're on the air.
Yo, Howard, what's up, man? Listen, I just wanted to let you know that earlier when you were mentioning about how naive people think that they can feel the same way about their wife later down the line, I am the exception to that rule. I've been with my wife since we were 15 and she was 13. After high school, we got separated, and I wound up getting married to somebody else for 4 years, but found my way back to her. And my love now for her was so much better than it was when we were 15 years old.
Yeah, I don't want to, look, I got to tell you something. Like, my relationship...
How long have they been together since they got back? They found each other again.
We've been together now for 6.5 years.
Yeah, I got to tell you something, though. Like, I've been with Beth now 5 years, and I can't imagine... Like, I can't imagine a better relationship. I mean, I'm having a really good time, and we like each other so much. Forget about love each other. We like each other so much. We like hanging out with each other so much. It's all cool. But, there's a part of me that, wants to say to you right now that this will always be this way. But we've even had a pretty mature discussion about that. We're like, we better just take it one day at a time, like an alcoholic. And make sure that thing goes smoothly, because you never know. You just don't,
Well, that's why it's okay, because you're not saying that's it and putting it on a shelf and expecting it to stay that way without nurturing it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what people don't do. They all of a sudden say, well, that's done. I found the love of my life. It'll take care of itself.
Right, it doesn't.
Well, I agree with you there 100%. But one thing I can say that's different between me and my girl Jen and you and Beth is the fact that we've known each other since we were 15 and 13 years old compared to you and Beth knowing each other at your later adult years.
That's true.
What I mean?
Well, she's not in her later adult years. I am.
Yeah, but the point is for you that you two had a break and you had, probably terrible relationships. You know to appreciate each other.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? But in all seriousness, 6 years ain't that long. Honestly.
That's right. It's not that long.
We have 6 years in our mature adult years, and then another 5 years, 4.5 years in our childhood years. So we got the best of both worlds in different times of our life.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's very encouraging. Thank you.
You mentioned alcoholics. My love for booze is just as strong as it was when I was 15.
Yes, more so.
Maybe more, Robin. I may need it more.
Hey, Vince, yeah, you love alcohol.
I think I need it more now than when I was 15.
Hey, Howard, how are you?
Hey, brother.
Hey, listen, first of all, I want to tell you that I love you guys. I appreciate so much everything you've done, how much you've made me laugh over the years. And I'll tell you something. If I wasn't in such financial destitution right now, I would send you guys each at least $10 just to show you how much I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. In fact, if more people in the audience would do that, then we'll be all set.
Yeah, those people who are not financially devastated right now,
yeah,
pop up.
We have a lot of wealthy listeners who $10 would not be too much to just send us cash in an envelope.
Sir,
right?
how about $5, sir?
Okay, well, if I can, I will.
Yeah, you've got enough money for $5.
Yeah, how much can you send?
Well, that's sort of what satellite...
Maybe $1 for each of you.
That's what satellite radio is, in demand, I guess. It's kind of weird, like, this will be the first time in my career my boss will actually be the audience. Yeah. I used to be able to go, hey, man, screw you guys. I'll do whatever I want, but now you guys pay the bill, so...
But now, it's time to turn into that televangelist.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
They seem to get a lot of money out of people.
Yeah, and they don't give you anything but good luck.
Right.
A while ago, Howard, I live in L.A., and a while ago...
That should be I can't get a word in today.
I know.
That should be my pitch for a satellite and for In Demand. I'll be just like, you know what? We're going to bring you tremendous good luck with God if you sign up.
You need this.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. I will never beg people to sign up for satellite or In Demand. I just won't. I mean, it's like, hey, I'm never gonna sell a bow tie or a tie like Rush Limbaugh.
You'll just invite him into your prayer circle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just going to do my show and hope for the best. That's all.
You got to see the latest thing 𝗧𝗵𝗲 selling.
What's he selling?
It's a new Bible that he's put out, like a leather-bound. It's just the Bible, but with a different encasing or something. It's like $80. It's like with a straight face, he goes, "This brand new Bible," and he's almost crying, you know. And his kid is there. His son's in the business now, you know. And
does his son look like him?
His son, yeah, a little bit. You can see the resemblance. Yeah, he's really young looking, but.
Do you think he sat down with his son and had that discussion, like where he sat there and he went, like, "Look, man, I'm going to come clean with you.
Right.
I don't believe in any of this crap."
I bet he did.
You know, but like, this is an excellent way to make a living.
It's a business.
People are dupes.
Right.
We're gonna fleece them for everything they've got. We're gonna sell them a $4 Bible for $20 or $80.
I may be cynical, but I think he did have that conversation.
Yeah.
I think it is the same as any other family business. Yeah. Come here, I'm going to show you the ropes.
Or do you think he just, like, even his kids, like, you know, "I'm really into my religion."
See, his kid to me seems like a swindler. I don't know, like when I hear him.
Well, so does Jimmy.
But even more so.
Really? Because you know the kid's
not pulling it off.
At least Jimmy came into it on his own.
Yeah. This kid, I don't know. I don't buy him as much.
Yeah.
What, are you buying the $80 Bible?
You know what I think? I'm thinking about it, Robin.
Where do you get Jimmy Swaggart on your TV? Because I never see him anymore.
Flipping around. One of the religious stations.
Boy, that teaches you that anybody can rise from the ashes. I mean, there's a guy. Didn't he get caught with a hooker?
Everything.
Yeah, this is
cheating on his wife with a whore.
Yeah. And he's right back in the swing of it selling $80 Bibles, man. You gotta praise that dude.
Hardly missed a Sunday.
PL, praise the Lord.
That is with a straight face, just boom. $80.
Jimmy Swaggart's the best.
And then they have a retreat.
He might be the lowest form of humanity on the planet.
It really is despicable.
Yeah.
There's no other word for it.
Because we played him not too long ago carrying on about homosexuals or something, and he was acting so righteous.
Yeah. Yeah. He's worried about the homosexuals.
Then there's a camp you go to for like 2 weeks. It's
a few
grand.
Jimmy Swaggart camp. That's got to be fun.
That must be a ball of laughs.
The kid runs the camp.
I wonder if Jimmy's still doing broads on the side. I mean, he's got to be, right?
Hey, look, man.
Who knows? Maybe he's reformed. Maybe it scared the crap out of him, because what else could he do in life? Except get up there and sell you $80 Bibles.
You think he would give up women to keep doing that?
I don't know.
He must have found a way.
We should send High Pitch Eric to Jimmy Swaggart camp. Just pay for him to go and see what happens.
That'd be hilarious.
Now, there's an idea.
Hey, how you doing? And film it. Make it our first movie on In Demand.
Now, if he comes back reformed, that'll be some testament to Jimmy Swaggart.
Wow, yeah. This is fun.
Here's my $80 Bible.
I'm cured. I'm going to pay all my bills.
Hello.
Too much.
Howard, I can't talk to you anymore.
Hi, Mommy. Are you proud of me?
Don, you're on the air. What's happening?
Hey, good morning, Howard. How you doing?
Hey, brother.
Hey, I got some questions for you about it.
Okay.
I was curious, first of all, are you going to be able to keep your archives? Do you own those, like Best of Stern, all the funny phone calls, that kind of stuff?
I don't. I co-own them with this company, and the good news is, though, I have access to all the E tapes, so it's virtually the same thing. In other words, I could, you know, it sounds weird, but I have 15 years of tapes.
Right on. Because I was wondering about it, you know, like Channel 9, that stuff just disappeared.
Channel 9 is ridiculous. Channel 9 would never sell me those shows, and I don't know what they're ever going to do with them. They can't do anything with them without my permission, so why they wouldn't sell them to me is beyond me, other than the fact that they have a hostility to me for some reason. I find that every company has hostility to me.
So, in other words, they're just lying there because they're being vindictive about something.
Yeah, I've approached, and the guys who own Channel 9, when I did the shows, aren't even, you know, like there anymore. It's like a different company owns it or something.
So why won't that company
I don't know.
talk to you?
I don't know. I just don't get it. But who knows? What am I going to tell you?
It's weird.
People just have this intensely strong reaction to me in business. Like stuff that'll do them no good, they just want to hold on to because they feel like I'm too successful. I don't know. I can't even tell you what's going on. They don't like when I leave them. It's all this gay crap going on with these executives. They have weird agendas. Instead of making money for their companies, they'd rather just pass it up.
It's a power trip.
Yeah, just odd people. Odd, vindictive people. Like, if I had something that, you created, I would give it to you, for crying out loud. Well, I couldn't sleep at night thinking, I'm holding on to this thing. Especially when you can't use it for anything. It's one thing if you could use it. You can't. So what do you care?
I think Robin's right. The one thing that trumps money with a lot of people is power. That feeling like I got something.
Yes. Yeah. I see it all the time. People have a little domain where they have some power and they abuse it. They just act like jerks.
It doesn't matter whether it's a doorman or a guy who runs a company.
Yeah, absolutely. People are just jerks.
It doesn't matter.
They got you by the balls. They got you.
It's too weird. All right, anyway, I got to take a break. Hey, can you guys stop putting up signs? It's been 30 minutes. I know. I can see the clock. Crying out loud. It's just so friggin' annoying. At my computer. It's been 30 minutes. Who cares? I don't even care. I'll get to it. Whenever I see those signs, I purposely go on for 5 more minutes. Because it makes me... I'm a mental case when it comes to that. Crying out loud. It's been 30 minutes. I know it's 30 minutes. I can friggin' read the time. But
need some extra attention.
No, I'm going. I started the doctor and stuff at Howard. I want to thank you guys because sitting here, listening to you guys do the news, keeping me laughing, man.
All right, that's all that counts, Karen. I wish you luck with your problem.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, Karen.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Karen, see, Artie, see how ridiculous he's sounding? You can't come into work?
Double up the Xanax.
You're only on Xanax now? What are you on now?
No, I'm not on Xanax.
What are you on?
No, Paxil.
Oh, sorry.
No, but Xanax gets you high. Xanax is... of course you do.
We know?
Yeah, Artie's like...
You guys
know. I insulted him.
Yeah, how dare you?
I don't know anything about this stuff.
Xanax is like,
What?
People go to rehab to get off of Xanax.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's Paxil?
Paxil's an antidepressant. It doesn't get you high.
And what was the other one you was on?
Depakote.
What does that do?
That's like a mood stabilizer. None of them get you high.
How do you eat, you baby gorilla, when you're all depressed?
She kept saying, you got to eat through it.
Somehow you eat through it.
Eat through the depression.
Were there days when you didn't want to eat? Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's when he knew something was wrong.
You don't want to eat. That's the worst.
Right.
That's depressing.
I'm glad you're back to eating like a pig.
I eat.
He must be better.
Honestly, I stayed thin because of stress from now the movie's over, the floodgates are open. You got to see what I ate this weekend. Oh, my God.
What'd you eat?
Butter cookies with, for the rap party, they made butter cookies that said beer league on it, like with icing and stuff.
I can't figure out why you're so stressed out. This is a low-budget film. I mean, it's a fun little thing. It's not a big deal.
It was stressful because of the hours.
Yeah. I mean, geez, take it easy.
But,
it's not like it's a big movie.
But I'm eating all the butter cookie things.
Right.
The icing.
All right. What else is in the news?
Dunking them in ketchup.
Well, we can applaud, as they did in Mission Control in Houston today, because the space shuttle landed safely.
Finally.
Yeah, we finally got that. Man, it used to be when those guys would go up in space, nothing ever screwed up. They were, like, perfect. They made us feel like we were the superior country.
Yeah, and after that one time, what was it, Apollo 13, that they had all those problems and they fixed them while they were in space, we thought we could do no wrong.
No, everything, something was hanging off the space shuttle.
Little pieces of...
thing. Just say thing.
Yeah.
Something.
We don't know what it is.
Or something.
Some sort of scrap metal.
It was cloth, actually.
They had to repair it up there.
Yeah.
Now we don't have a shuttle that works.
Everything's grounded.
Our guys go to fight a ground war, and they don't have proper armor. They all get blown up. I don't know what's going on in America. What's going on?
As you said, we're 16th. In
connectivity.
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi in this country. In Japan, you can go in the subway, you can work your computer, you can make cell phone calls. We're just behind.
Really?
Yeah, and let me tell you something. That ain't good to be behind in that technology. That's the technology of the future.
Any technology. We are the leaders. We push.
Used to be.
Push the edge of the
friggin' scumbags are all beating us. We're 16th.
It's all about communication. Whoever leads in that will be...
Who will be the masters of the world. To give you an example.
Absolutely.
9/11 hits, right? Act of terrorism.
Yep.
No one in New York could use a cell phone. Boom. All communication down.
That's right. That's horrible.
Japanese,
completely
boom.
vulnerable.
Right on their computer. Internet. No, not vulnerable to attack.
Yep.
On the subway. Busy. Okay. Subway terrorism. Everyone's trapped down in the subway. No communication. Can't get down here. You can't call cell phone. Can't do anything.
And that's when you can get at people.
That's it. First wave of attack. I've had it.
What are you doing?
5 years after we're done with satellite, I'm going to run for office. For real, though. And straighten this crap out.
Clean it up.
Yeah. Well, I can do it with my hands tied behind my head. Tie my hands behind my head.
So you run things.
The shuttle Discovery touched down in Florida this morning. Fellow astronaut Tom Jones says Commander Eileen Collins deserves to be congratulated, as do the rest of the 7-member crew. In fact, all of NASA. D5.
You're going to make me do some work?
Yeah, turn around there and get busy.
All right, what is that, D5?
Yeah.
Who is this again?
This is Tom Jones, an astronaut.
Tom Jones, that guy was good. Used to have women throwing panties on stage.
Yeah. Not the
Great landing by Eileen and the crew this morning. Everybody can take a lot of credit in how well this spaceship has performed.
But they do say they have a lot of work to do now. They have to find out why things keep breaking.
Here's Engelbert Humperdinck.
Oh, stop.
Report.
And why the foam keeps falling off the fuel tanks and jeopardizing the tiles. They've got to figure that all out before we can launch another space shuttle. It was announced yesterday that Westchester County DA Jeanine Pirro will kick off her campaign for U.S. Senate.
She's kind of hot looking.
By crisscrossing the state.
Jeanine Pirro is this woman. She's going to challenge Hillary Clinton. Hillary's going to kill her on it.
Well, yeah, she's beating her in the polls right now. Among the stops she'll make will be, well, she used to be Rochester, Buffalo, White Plains, and New York City.
She's a little pulled back for my taste, but I like her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can see all the surgery now.
I'm starting to like surgery better than regular women.
Really?
Yeah.
Pirro says she'll take on Senator Hillary Clinton because, quote, Hillary is not running to serve the people of New York. We're basically a way station for her run to the presidency.
She got to come up with something better than that.
E1.
I think that New York deserves a senator who not
she got a deep voice, too.
Not only is willing to put her all in the job, and unfortunately with Hillary running for president, we're going to have a situation where we're going to have a part-time senator.
Oh, I would do her.
Well, you know what's funny about the two of them? They say that their husbands will be the drawback.
Right,
because they each have baggage.
Yeah.
You know, of course, we know Bill's baggage, and Janine's husband, he actually had a child out of wedlock and went to jail for tax fraud. So it's like, who has the worst husband? Anyway, Senator Clinton has not commented.
Two women running against each other, that's hot.
But Pirro has to get through the primaries first. She's got a couple of other people running against her on the Republican side.
I wish Cindy Margolis would run, too. That would be a three-way race between three hot chicks.
Then you'd be all into politics. Of course, yesterday we learned about the death of Peter Jennings.
Yeah.
And I don't think we did him justice. So once again, let's go over. Here's something you'll never be hearing again. C3.
ABC's World News Tonight, weeknights with Peter Jennings.
You actually might be hearing that again. They haven't decided whether or not to stop using his name at the top of the show.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people are idiots. They could get away with that for 2-3 years. No, because they don't want to be disrespectful to the family, so they're going to keep it for a while.
Oh, that's ridiculous. They should have had it off already.
It's a tribute.
It hasn't been there in months.
Nah, come on.
C4 is Jennings' final appearance on ABC's World News Tonight. C4.
And I hope it goes without saying that a journalist who doesn't value deeply the audience's loyalty should be in another line of work.
And, of course, the very pained goodbye, C5.
I wonder if other men and women ask their doctors right away, okay, doc, when does the hair go? At any rate, that's it for now on World News Tonight. Have a good evening. I'm Peter Jennings. Thanks and good night.
Feel bad for the dude.
Yeah, of course, he was remembered by some of his colleagues. Here's Barbara Walters, C1.
He was indefatigable. He pushed...
Wow. He was a faggable?
He was indefatigable.
He was into fags. A bull. And a bull. I thought that was indefatigable.
No, indefatigable.
He pushed himself.
They should interview all his ex-wives.
Well, I don't think there was one.
There's a couple.
Really?
I think he was married 4 times.
Wow, 4 times?
Oh, yeah.
He did that quietly, didn't he?
Yeah, he left a young wife.
Everybody talks about what a good family man he was.
He is.
I'm like, 4 times.
He made 4 families really happy.
You know, last night I was watching Fox local news, Channel 5 local news. It was really weird. So I think it's Roland Smith. I think he's the anchor there. So he tells a story about how he worked with Peter Jennings and how he was the standard to which all were held. But at least he'd met the guy.
Yeah, Roland Smith used to have a legitimate career.
Right. So then the next one, it became this whole contest about how Peter Jennings had affected him.
How close you've
been,
so
the next chick was a chick who, like, 15 years ago was in Israel. They were both covering the same story, and they met briefly, and that was, you know, he was a good guy. Then the last guy comes in and he goes, I was an intern, and I wrote copy for him once, and he didn't complain. You know what I mean? Like, it just gets to be like, everyone had to tell their story of how they brushed against him.
But, I mean, how do you go around saying, oh, you know, wonderful love affair?
Yeah, how do you say he's a great family man? Yeah, I mean, they're not, you know.
BS.
He had 4 marriages. And they say he was a great family.
Well, how long was the last one?
He just married a young wife.
I think it's like, 7 to 10 years, something like that.
Did any of them die? Any of the wives die?
No.
I don't know.
No. I don't think so.
But, yeah, stop with the family man crap.
Saddam Hussein was more of a family man than Peter Jennings. I mean, let's be honest.
He doted on those 2 boys.
You know, you can say nice things about a guy without lying, I hope.
He was the kind of dad let him rape half the country and never even punished him.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I was thinking you should just have these things written down that people are saying about Peter Jennings and then have people say them about you.
Yeah.
You are indefatigable.
The last marriage was 7 years.
Was 7 years.
7 years, yeah.
I am indefatigable.
Because I remember when he was breaking up with the last ex-wife.
I'm indefatigable.
Yay!
Indefatigable?
Indefatigable. No.
Indefatigable.
Stop it.
That's it.
I can't say.
Indefatigable.
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 Yeah.
He was indefatigable.
He was indefatigable. Expialidocious.
Well, all I would ever say about you is if you died is that you never got tired.
Just say I'm indefatigable.
Indefatigable.
He was indefatigable.
He was juxtaposible. He was juxtapositionable.
He was clipoxable.
Yeah. In his repertoire.
Here's Barbara again, who says Jennings was a high school dropout.
And I think this gave him an insecurity that made him want to know everything. He studied so much, and he would ask us questions and make us do more homework than perhaps we ever thought of.
He was anaerobic mitochondriacal.
Actually, you know, what she just said there was, he was a pain in the...
Assable. He was anaerobic mitochondriacal.
He used to make them do more work than they needed to do. He was really a pain.
He was acrobatical.
However, he did die of lung cancer.
Yeah.
And they pulled out some lung cancer expert, Dr. Frank Dieterbeck of the Yale Cancer Center, says 85% of those diagnosed with one of the several different types of lung cancer will die within 5 years.
Peter Jennings' course was the
indefatigable
worst end of the spectrum. We've come a long ways. You know, there are many people who can't be cured of lung cancer but can be treated.
And not smoking remains the most important thing that people can do to protect themselves from suffering a similar fate. Dieterbeck says progress on curing cancer has lagged behind the cure rates achieved by other types of cancer. D2.
We still have a long way to go with lung cancer. Most patients with lung cancer we are not able to cure.
Wow. So that's a bad news diagnosis. And you just said this morning that Christopher Reeve's widow
Dana Reeve was reported
diagnosed with lung cancer?
That's what it says in the Daily News.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I was horrified to read that. She's a real nice lady. I'll tell you, the thing you need to do is to get rid of your lungs. Then you could beat this lung cancer.
Is that what we should now be doing, getting our lungs removed before we get lung cancer?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Somebody sent me an email. You know how you were goofing on Jonah Hurley before? You kept calling him that old guy from the show?
Yeah.
You know, he's 2 years younger than you?
No.
Yeah.
Get the hell out. How old is that guy?
It says he was born October 9th, 1956.
That's not possible.
Nigga, please. No kidding.
Yeah, I thought I would have said that he had 8, 9, 10 years on you.
Yeah, I thought he was in his 60s.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's got to be a misprint.
Yeah, I want that checked and double-checked. That's insane.
President Bush was asked about Peter Jennings yesterday, and I heard some of the quotes. It almost sounded as if the president didn't know who Peter Jennings was.
He covered many important events that helped define the world as we know it today.
All right, he's right about that.
Yeah, but this is a guy he actually talked to, was interviewed by. Couldn't he say something at least a little personal?
Oh, come on, you can't come down on the press for that.
Oh, yeah.
Other things you could come down on.
He stumbled over his name. I couldn't find that.
Pablo Jennings.
We need more affordable and reliable sources of energy.
That ain't right.
No. Who told you to hit that?
Me. I want to hear what he had to say.
In order to make sure the economy continues to grow. It's an economic bill. It's also a national security bill.
He's talking about the energy bill he just signed into law yesterday. That's the one that's going to extend daylight savings time.
Yeah, I'm for that, by the way. I like the extension of daylight savings time.
You just wait. In March, I'm going to ask you if you're really enjoying it.
I love it. I'm telling you, I love it.
When your days are really no longer.
I love it.
All right. We're also remembering today a prominent black businessman who has died. Leaders in Chicago's business and civic community are remembering the life of pioneer, publisher, and executive John H. Johnson.
Johnny Johnson. That's correct. Johnny Johnson. Is that the guy from BET?
John H. Johnson was Ebony and Jet magazine.
Yeah.
Johnson product.
He's a young guy.
No, he wasn't. He's 87 years old.
Oh, I thought he was a young guy.
No.
John Johnson was like a big deal.
Absolutely. He started those two magazines. The Reverend Jesse Jackson, who worked for Johnson in the 1960s, said he influenced the whole world of journalism.
Who's the publisher of Blacktail magazine? Was that Johnny Johnson?
No.
Yeah, when are we going to honor him?
Blacktail.
Blacktail. Didn't John Johnson also invent the stoplight?
Stop it.
Yeah, that was him.
You're being ridiculous. Now, this is a crazy story. A Queens man allegedly grabbed a 9-year-old girl yesterday, molested her in the bushes of Astoria Park, and then ran away from the scene when the girl kept screaming. He actually punched her in the face and tried to stop her from screaming. She continued to scream, and so did her sister. Some neighbors or people who were around the park started running to their assistance. He ran away, but he was later nabbed when, after the police arrived, some of the witnesses pointed out his car that he had left in the middle of the street. So they were able to go to his house and arrest him.
Right.
People were quite surprised. It was a 23-year-old guy.
These sick bastards.
Who had been, I think, a security cop at some place. But anyway, he's never had a criminal record before. But, yeah, he just grabbed this girl in the middle of the day and dragged her into the woods. So, and they pretty safe neighborhood. Everybody was saying this stuff doesn't usually happen around here. And then, of course, they're trying to find replacements for Peter Jennings, and one of the names they're mentioning is Elizabeth Vargas, and her husband had a brush with death.
I know her husband.
You do?
Yep.
Mark Cohn?
Yeah, he's a songwriter. He wrote a famous song.
I've got the song right there.
What song?
Walking in Memphis. Me too.
This song.
Yeah,
Mark I met, because I know Elizabeth.
Uh-huh.
And they met, they got married. This guy, nice guy, very unassuming guy. I used to look at him and go, how'd he get her? But nice guy.
Grammy winner.
Yeah, it's a freaky story. He was driving with his band. I guess he has a band.
Yeah, he was in the back of a van, I guess, more than a car.
And some guy who didn't pay his hotel bill was trying to elude cops because the cops were called. He goes over just randomly to the van where these guys are. And he says, let me in. When they wouldn't let him in, he unloaded.
And the van driver, I think, tried to drive away.
So he started shooting. And I guess one of the bullet fragments hit Mark in the head.
Well, it lodged in his head.
It did?
Didn't break through the skull. But it was stuck right in his head.
Wow.
So it was protruding. And they took him to the hospital and had it removed. And luckily,
he's okay.
He's going to be fine because it didn't break through.
Yeah.
But freaky accident. And, yeah, his wife is anchor woman Elizabeth Vargas.
Elizabeth's real hot.
Beautiful.
If she was a widow, I would have to go console her.
I
was hoping.
You put this guy up to
I saw it on the news and I went, I might have to go console her.
Yeah, I know she is. She's good looking.
She's a doll.
Yeah.
He's very lucky it wasn't a fatal shot because wherever it was
because I'd be right on top of his wife.
Yeah, he'd have lost his wife. Here's another one of his songs. True Companion.
I'm asking you to be my true companion.
Probably wrote this for Liz. He's not at war with 50 Cent, is he? Because, how much money?
How often do you hear these songs?
I got to figure she's the big wage earner there.
He won his Grammy in 1991 for Best Newcomer.
That's the kiss of death. Career move with the bullet.
We're talking about him playing his song.
I think so. It took 14 years to figure out how to, capitalize.
Release a porno of him doing Elizabeth Vargas.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if that'd be good for her career.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it'd be good for her. She'd get that Peter Jennings slot. All right, take a break. We'll come back, finish the news right after this.
Black Angel.
All right.
Black Angel.
Thank you, Robin. Let's go right to news. I'm not going to listen to that.
Very good. I just wondered if you saw the Russian Malloy column. I love reading about Scientology. They're telling a story about how Tom Cruise almost became disillusioned with the church, but they say he had already reached the Thetan 3 level.
Thetan?
Is that Thetan?
I don't know.
Thetan 3.
Of instruction. Listen to this, in which true believers are said to learn...
Take that sucking candy out of your mouth. I can't understand you. Come on, honey. This is radio, big time.
Nobody heard that but you.
Everyone heard it.
Anyway, he had reached the Thetan 3 level of instruction in which true believers are said to learn the story of the cosmic ruler Xenu. The stress of learning or believing that Xenu stacked his alien enemies in volcanoes and then blew them up with H-bombs was starting to wear on Cruise.
You mean he didn't believe it? Is that what that means?
Wow.
He couldn't really quite buy that.
Even as dumb as he is, he couldn't buy that?
Right. So, and so they started putting him through, I guess, lots of grueling auditing sessions, because I guess if you can't accept that, you need more auditing. And then the auditing was getting to be too much for him, so they took him out of there and took him to the exercise room, and then all was made well.
Right. Made it fun again.
That's some of the stuff you have to believe if you're a Scientologist.
What about when Xenu's trouble with the tribbles? That's Star Trek. I'm sorry.
That's great.
Hey, whatever, man. Whatever turns them on. I don't care.
Do you know what a purple nurple is?
Yes.
What is that?
Purple nurple is when you, go up to a dude and squeeze his nip real hard.
Yeah?
Twist and then you twist his nip. and then it turns purple. It's a purple nurple.
And that's, I guess, what you guys do to each other? And
that's what I do to Fred.
Your hijinks?
That's how I met Fred. I was giving him a purple nurple.
Well, David 𝗵𝗲 gave one of his friends a purple nurple.
And guess what?
What?
I don't know. What happened?
The kid was a 13-year-old. It is now going to cost the 15-year-old a trip to juvenile court.
Right. Can't go around nowadays giving people purple nurple.
He was sentenced to 3 days of community service and fined $67. And he has a misdemeanor record of harassment.
Yeah, when I think about
him around now.
When I think about me growing up, everything was done to me. Purple nurple, noogies, choked, beaten. And I never got to complain to any authorities.
Yeah, now that's considered bullying.
I complained to the school once, and they just, did nothing.
Well, that's what David said. I thought I was messing around with someone I thought I knew, but I guess I should have known him better because he pressed charges, and now he's got to do community service. So
purple nurple.
Purple nurple is a no-no. Also in the news, a man who was spitting. He knew he had AIDS, and he was spitting, blood and saliva into the faces of people.
That's wrong.
Pleaded guilty yesterday.
Even I know that's wrong.
To attempted murder.
Right. That's right. That's right, Robin.
After he hit somebody with his spit and blood, he would scream, "I got you. Now you're all going to die."
Oh, God. You know who used to get a lot of purple nurples?
Who?
Maria Shriver, the wife of the California governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
How do you know that?
Her brothers used to always give her purple nurples when she was a teenager. I'm being serious. That's a real story. Ask her. You're a newswoman.
Wow. Luckily, all of the people who were spit on by Robert Murray have remained healthy. But he has been, he is now going to go to jail for attempted murder for spitting at them. Can't do that either.
All right.
At the box office, I told you earlier this week that the #1 movie was The Dukes of Hazzard, starring Jessica Simpson.
It's the most horrible movie ever made.
It's just bad. It's just plain bad. It's not horrible. Right. It's just bad. It's not good. And Jessica's not in it very long.
Right.
But she's getting all the credit for the $30 million. Here she says, these are the kinds of movies she would now like to act in.
Oh, good. She's like Eric the Midget. She has a list.
As of right now, I'm going to stick to romantic comedies. I'm all about...
Oh, my God. She can't even speak English. The reviewer said in Dukes of Hazzard, she's got 4 lines, and it's almost like she's from another planet trying to master our language.
She's not very familiar with English.
People enjoying that hour and a half and walking out with a smile. I'm not out for the Oscar at all.
Why not?
Why can't you get an Oscar?
Here she was asked if she and her husband have any more reality shows in the works. Say 3.
No more reality shows. I think people have seen a lot of our reality, and more than anything, we enjoy doing the ABC specials. And we might do a couple more of those, because that's really the only time we've ever worked together, because the only thing else we work on is our marriage, and that's what Newlyweds was, so it wasn't work for us.
So here's one more scene from the movie. This one includes Johnny Knoxville, who is one of the Dukes, and Willie Nelson is Uncle Jesse.
Hey, go easy on that. For what I'm getting ready to do, I don't want to remember a lot of it.
Like, what does the director say to these guys? Act retarded?
Come on, General. You know why divorces are so expensive? No, because they're worth it.
Oh, boy. So, Dukes of Hazzard, still in theaters.
Here's what I need you guys to do. Just breathe and move.
And we'll surround you with, stuff blowing up.
Right.
The director was actually J. Chandrasekhar.
Hey, he's the hero of the week.
And here he talks about Jessica Simpson, A1.
She took it very seriously. She showed up every day and had her lines memorized and was trying to be an actor. I think she was kind of smart for choosing a smaller role, a role that she didn't have to you know, when these pop stars try to carry movies out the first time, and it's
What's his name? Jade Chandreskar. Chandreskar. Right. Anything else?
And finally, there's something called Skeleton Key that's about to land at a theater near you.
That sounds like a cool name. What's that about?
That's the new Kate Hudson film where I guess it's a...
skeleton movie?
Horror movie.
I'm into skeletons.
Skeleton Key.
I know what a skeleton key is.
All right.
It's an old key.
It's one of those, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it has something to do with unlocking secrets, I would imagine. Gina Rollins is in the movie.
Wonder if she ever got a purple nurple.
Here she shares her thoughts on Kate Hudson.
Just for Kate to come in the room, it's fun. Everything gets...
She's a genius.
She has that
She walks in the room, things get better. Mercury leaves the air.
For abundant energy, and she's always dancing and twirling around. And
yeah, you would too if you were born into a millionaire family and
you get to do
looking.
movies just to, you know, just because.
Yeah, I'd be starting parades.
Yeah.
And singing, she's got a marvelous voice. She's a very talented person all the way around.
Fine, I guess this is what people meant when they said that gay marriage would ruin society.
Why?
2 heterosexual Canadian men have decided to tie the knot.
Yeah.
So they can enjoy the tax benefits of being a married couple.
There's nothing wrong with that. If they want to get married, let them get married.
Bill Dalrymple and his best friend Brian Penn are taking advantages of Canada's new same-sex marriage legislation. Mr. Penn told the Ottawa Sun, "I think it's a hoot." But the two, both previously married to women, insist there is a serious issue behind the stunt. There are significant tax implications that we don't think the government has thought through. So I guess they're against gay marriage. Right. They're doing this to illustrate what they're opening up. That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, everybody. Gary Dell'Abate is at the Lodge this Saturday in Dallas for a charity car wash to benefit Operation Kindness, the largest no-kill animal shelter in North Texas. All right. That's Baba Booey giving back. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for everything.
Well, good morning, everybody. What's happening? Okay, where are we? I don't even know where to begin. Big day yesterday. I don't even see a thing about it in the newspaper. I can't believe it. The American public's been duped again. Wow. I'm home. I'm reading the computer at about... I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. And, oh, God, you should see the amount of bleeps on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting crazed. You should see how many times they hit the dump button on our show.
Oh, no.
Friday, June 18th. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... It's only 9 on Friday. Richard Jenny said, fine Courvoisier comes out of each nipple, and they bleeped it. I'm beside myself. I just don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do about the radio show anymore. I'm so done with it.
Well, it's done with us, too, as of yesterday.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second, Robin, but...
Whoa, what happened now?
But I'm just... so disappointed in the way it's all going to end. See, dumps for Monday. They dumped 15 seconds of Taylor Rain moaning.
Just the moaning.
Well, yeah, and then I said, this is actual sex tape of Joan Rivers. That was evidently way too much for the American public and community standards now.
Joan was clearly offended by it as she laughed like crazy at it.
Anything funny is bleeped.
Anything funny is dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know. And I used to go back and argue after every show. Now I just throw my hands up in the air and I go, you know what?
How can you argue anymore?
Let the Tom and Dead Air Dave show go on back there and, let them do their thing. Because what am I going to do? It doesn't matter. The show went on the air and they bleeped it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what am I arguing about?
Yeah, it's already done.
Yeah. There's one bleep here. Cabby goes, you can say, and Dead Air Dave, it's not even a word.
No, it's not a real
We made it up.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Tara Patrick said, I'd like to pinch my nipples. I mean, just the mere mention of nipples is enough to throw the bleeping machine into a frenzy. I don't know. Artie said something about he wanted to photograph a woman having sex with a sort of vegetable. And that could be a vegetable like Gary the Retard. I don't even know how, or a literal vegetable, how that is going to corrupt the minds of youth. I don't know even that. I mean, we have like a ridiculous situation going on here. God damn, I look at these lists. Maybe they should send them to me one day at a time, because when you see 3 days in a row, it looks like pages.
Devastating, yeah.
It seems like the show is just whittled away.
It sucks because you think you did a good show, and then you go home and you wonder what people heard.
Yeah, that's true. But yesterday, putting the nail in the coffin, I mean, this is unbelievable. The American public was bamboozled yesterday. You, the taxpayer.
Yeah.
There's a guy I've told you about. This guy's name is Senator Brownback. Yeah. He's from Kansas. And to give you an idea of what a kook this guy is, he's the guy who, what is he best known for? Washing the feet of some of his staff members because he wants to be more Jesus-like. He's the guy I told you who takes a big, giant house from this religious group and basically gets a free house or a reduced price house. Him and 6 other congressmen / senator types. They get to live there. And they all live together in this community where they can be closer to Christ. And Brownback, he, washes the feet so he can be more like Jesus. And he's the guy who, I forget what it was, after the Super Bowl or something, he did something wacky. I can't even keep track of this guy. I mean, you read his stuff, and it's like, I got to tell you what this guy does, because it'll drive you nuts. I don't even know. I got so many papers here. Hold on. Give me a second. I promise you I'll get funny in a minute. I'll read you a memo I got about some ugly-faced dyke. That'll make you happy.
What?
Yeah, it's just funny stuff.
A UFD?
I don't know. What about Senator Brownback that I want to tell you? God damn. He's got some resume, this guy. He's like complete extremist, religious nut. But I don't remember what it was. I read so much about him yesterday. I was all charged up. When I come in, I'm fuzzy. I don't have a good retention. I guess I don't have it. Should give up. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I'll find it during the commercial when I'm done with it. But anyway, this guy Brownback is just bad news. So he's the guy who I think proposed. I don't know what he proposed. Oh, he's the guy who wrote all the letters to Mel Karmazin.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking of. I just can't remember what else he did. He's the guy who writes He's a United States senator who writes to private businessmen telling them to fire me and to clean up their act. Now, when has a United States senator
gotten that involved?
This guy doesn't get involved with corporations that are polluting the air. He doesn't get... This is who he's writing to. This is his thing. He thinks somehow he's Jesus-like if they get me off the air. So Senator Brownback, in order to help his cronies in the Senate feel good about themselves so they didn't have to vote for higher indecency fines, he piggybacked an indecency bill right onto the back of a military spending bill. So the Senate voted on a military spending bill and shoved into the bill. Don't ask me how they do this.
Well, they do this with a lot. They do this all the time.
Yeah, I know, but don't ask me how they do it because you don't know how, then a senator has no sort of, I was voting for the military spending.
Right. That just happened to be there.
The Senate voted 99-1 to increase indecency fines. Now, before, if I said something, quote-unquote, dirty, like nipples, I would be fined, or the station would be fined, $27,500. That was the maximum fine you could get.
Right.
So now Senator Brownback, in an attempt to be the great senator that he is from Kansas, and
to win a seat in heaven again.
Yeah, and to be more Jesus-like, has gotten them to, each fine now can be up to, I think, $300,000.
Was that it? I thought it was
maybe $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Something like that.
$500,000, I think it is.
So every time I utter something that Michael Powell doesn't like, who is the son of Colin Powell Jr., who's not an elected official, who doesn't sit on any jury, who's just some dude, him and his pals at the FCC, whenever they think I've done something dirty, like, say, nipples, they can fine me now $500,000.
Well, that's not really true.
Tell me what I'm saying wrong.
The House has another bill that was passed that makes it $250,000. So now the Senate and the House will have to get together and try to make, compromise and come up with a new number between their $250 and $500, so they determine exactly what the fines will be.
Well, why not make it $10 million and just bankrupt all the radio companies?
Well, that would be another whole legislative process. They'll just get together on this.
Why stop at $300,000? You know that toxic polluters, I'm talking about companies that dump chemical waste into our oceans, lakes, and streams, are fined less money?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, things that could poison you.
See, this is what's making me mental. Senator Brownback doesn't give a rat's ass about the environment.
And never called one of those companies about a particular employee who was dumping.
Yeah. If just once Senator Brownback looked into who was actually physically dumping the toxic waste into my water, I would say, you know what a good guy. But he won't, because he's on the payroll. He takes money from religious groups. Your children are eating fish laced with mercury in this country, but they don't want to hear about nipples? Holy mackerel, what am I going to do with this?
I don't even agree with the fine or the people suing McDonald's about the food they eat there.
Right.
But, boy, did Congress get together really quick and protect McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, they made sure no one can sue them. So kids are going to McDonald's and becoming obese. They're feeding them supersized French fries, cheeseburger, hamburger, loaded with salt, and then a supersized drink.
Yeah, the sugar and salt to the 32-ounce big gulp or whatever they call their big drink, full of sugar.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfreaking believable. What's going on?
They're protected. They got very busy, and protected them from the courts.
The bottom line, my friend, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my friend over here. He's listening to me on the radio.
The radio friend.
My radio friend. The bottom line, my friend, is that we are so off the air.
Yes, because the thing that you're not saying is those bills that were passed in Congress, they are the ones that say you can find the broadcaster.
Oh,
as well.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
That was passed in Congress?
The House, it was all in the same bill. The fines and the right to fine you were all in the same bill.
Then today is my last show.
Wait, as of right now? Well, they're not a law yet.
When do they become law?
When the president signs them.
Well, there's my rub. Guess who's out to get me? G.W. Bush. Wow. The biggest nitwit on the planet. the biggest dummy who sat there for 7 minutes while the World Trade Centers were being bombed and sat and read to children and didn't hop up and say, uh-oh, while the rest of us were running to our television sets realizing the impact of the situation, our president sat in a schoolroom while his aides told him, Mr. President, there's airplanes coming toward the Pentagon. There are airplanes hitting the World Trade Center. And that moron sat there. That's the guy. You think I stand a chance?
Of course not.
That's the guy who won't allow stem cell research. I mean, won't allow Alzheimer's patients to get help. Holy mackerel, are we doomed? You guys can pack up the bags now.
I was going to say, so in other words, that bill we've been worried about, that passed.
Yeah.
That passed the House, Robin's saying.
It passed the House and the Senate.
The individual fines.
The Senate, it was all the same bill, Howard. It was fines and the
When does it... hold it. Dominic says we're wrong. Let's see.
I'm
Dominic, I don't think you're right about that.
No, what happens is, now both houses have passed a bill.
Go ahead.
One got piggyback on top of the military bill.
Yeah.
Right. Now it goes to compromise committee.
Right, I said all that.
Right, that you're correct. But what I read yesterday, maybe I'm wrong, was that in addition to the personal liability of the
just as bad
person on the radio, the talent, I read that the station could be fined up to $3 million per day.
Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, that's right. But that's what Robin's saying, that the personal liability of the broadcaster now, in other words, I could be wiped out in an hour financially for doing this show.
You could.
And here's the rub. Yesterday in New York, the ratings came out, for the month. Not only are we number one, of course, but number one far and away over every radio show. Even the Spanish guys who have no competition because they do my show in Spanish. Those idiots. So, who, by the way, are cursing up a storm as we speak.
I wish I knew the Spanish word for idiot.
No fines, because the FCC doesn't care about,
what
the filthy Spanish people. Only what the white man listens to.
So, dude, what are we doing here?
And when I say filthy Spanish, understand the sarcasm in it, I hope.
Right.
Yeah, we're talking about somebody else's point of view.
Right. So, anyway, let me say this. I don't know. Dominic, do you know how long it takes before these compromise committees turn this into the law?
It could take a day. It could take weeks. But, yesterday...
Not one person voted against it. I wonder who the one person was.
Yeah, I want to know. I was going to look into, I said, I need to know how the New York senators voted.
Well, let me just say one more point. Yesterday on the news, they had the banners going by. They said 4 soldiers killed. Al-Qaeda says we'll kill 30 more. People in South Korea are rioting not to send troops. Fines raised for radio personalities. That was in the middle of all of the tragedy.
Right. That's how we're fixing all that.
I thought I was in a real moment.
I know. There's some guy named 𝗵𝗲, who's a Democrat from Louisiana who voted against it. That's the only guy, right?
And he's not up for re-election.
Right. That's why.
But thank him for his vote anyway.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
John @𝗵𝗲.
And maybe he hasn't voted because he didn't think it's big enough.
Hey, Tom, so do you guys have any inside information being in the radio business?
No, I mean everything that's been described is accurate. I know it has to now be reconciled between the two houses.
Well, you want my resignation now, or you want to wait till the day of
resignation at all?
Well, you're having it. You're getting it.
Resignation is the day of the president signing it.
The day the president signs it, you can expect me not to show up for work the next day. And I'm not. I mean, I'm just not.
Usually there's a date that they actually go into effect. That would be your last day.
Actually, what am I, crazy? I'm not going to resign. I'll just come in and play music. Give me the playlist on that day. I'm not opening my mouth except to back announce records.
That's a good idea.
You can hit post, right?
Oh, you think I'm joking? Dude, deal with it. You're gonna have the Howard Stern Music Morning Show. You will never hear me utter another word of whatever this is. Really.
If they want to turn the clock back to the 1950s, let's only play music from the 1950s.
Oh, you don't even have to bother coming in, honey. I got the show handled, unless you want to hand me the records.
I'll hand you the records.
Well,
Howard Stern's Big Band Bauer.
If she wants to get paid, she'll have to be here.
Yeah, I have to be.
Oh,
I have to read you the record.
Well, why make her go through that, though? Why can't she have a nice life?
I'm an SOB.
Yeah.
Now,
well, that I agree with.
in addition to the $3 million fine per day, what also can occur is the cancellation of your license.
That's right.
Right. That's right. So guess what? Welcome to 50s radio, as Robin just pointed out. It's taking a huge leap backwards.
Yee, cousins.
How are you laughing about this, Tom?
It's so stupid because it's so stupid.
It's stupid, but you just lost your morning man. You lost your morning show.
Well, they haven't reconciled the bills yet.
When does that happen? You don't know.
I don't know.
As soon as it does, I am telling you, I'm just putting the whole company on notice. The Howard Stern show is over, as you know it.
But, you know, as I said before to Scott DePace and others who don't think it's George Bush, watch him sign the bill.
Yeah, Scott. Have a party. Go vote for your boy.
Oh, you know.
He's a good man. He's a good man. I'm sorry. You can't. Just because we're all going to lose our jobs don't mean.
Well, crap.
I'm sure the E show.
I told you 1,000 times if he signs that bill, I won't vote for him.
Oh, but what? But how about 20 million other reasons, dude?
Yeah, right. I don't have a problem with the other reasons.
Wake up.
Stem cell research?
I mean,
stem cell research is very legal.
There's not enough supply.
It is legal. The battle is over whether you're going to use government funding. That's the whole battle.
No, it's
not whether it's legal or not.
Not. It's how many. It's allowing people to farm new stem cells.
That's untrue. That's not what I hear.
That's untrue.
That's what you hear.
Where do you hear? Rush Limbaugh. My friends.
I hear about it. It's whether the government will support funding for the new lines.
Well, anyway, you know what? It hardly matters. Vote for Bush. You know what? Listen.
It doesn't matter.
Dude, you know that we have taken a turn back to this ungodly era in our history of complete censorship.
We've never had an era like this where you're tying your religious beliefs to your secular employment.
This is it's a cowardice way to get this through, too. The fact that they tacked it onto that military bill.
Right, nobody has to stand up and say they are.
And I don't want to bring Reagan's name up, but he fought for line item veto, and in the
problem is he's not the president.
I know, but the Supreme Court in 98 or 96 said that was unconstitutional.
Yeah, but the point is he would never line item veto this anyway.
Well, you can't say that. You don't know.
Oh, come on.
Scott, you're ridiculous.
Reagan would. You're ridiculous, Dominic.
Because not only are you wrong about federal funding, every hospital in the United States has some sort of federal funding, and that funding will be cut off. Every hospital has some sort.
Well, what about private funding and all that? Look,
Scott, get a job in a drug. You're going to be working in a grocery.
You're
and Greg,
getting
you can always turn off the show. Turn it off. If you don't like it anymore, don't listen.
Yeah, and do me a favor.
We love your show.
There's other shows that don't get in trouble at all. I mean, they are.
Find one of them.
You got Z100 with they got very light banter, and it's terrific. I'm telling you. I mean, you will never be offended.
Well, more importantly, complain to the people who have forced the show to change. Write a letter to your senator. Write a letter to your member of the House.
No, he's going to complain
to the FCC. Let them know that you don't know you don't like what we've been forced to do.
Have you ever gotten political and written a letter about this or talked to anyone about it?
I'm very political.
No, you talked to us.
No, he didn't answer your question, Howard. Did you hear the question?
I'll stop talking politics if you take action.
Take action for you?
Yeah. For me.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
What I'm trying to say is that part
for
of
your rights
audience doesn't agree with you. But
doesn't agree that they like the show.
My audience doesn't agree that they like the show. That's what you're saying.
No, nobody's saying that. I'm just saying that.
Well, if you like the show and you want it on the air, it's going off the air. Do you understand that? And it's because of politicians, nothing else. My sponsors are in place. We make more money for the company than any other show. We have the #1 ratings. Politicians are taking the show off the air, and you still don't see what I'm talking about. Who do you think is taking off the show? Who do you think is doing this?
Why do you think we're changing? Why do you think we do this all morning?
It's sad to listen to it all.
Yeah, but why do you think it's happening? Answer a question, you nutcase.
Why, Robin?
Hang up on the busboy.
Wait a second. I'm gonna get through to you for a second.
You got no shot.
You don't like this. I understand it. You want the show to go back to being frivolous and
I want you to understand.
You want the comedy.
Half of your audience might not agree with you.
My audience all agrees with me. They all agree they like the show.
True, Howard.
Yes,
you
it is.
even like the show, right?
Do you agree that people who listen to the show... All right. Do you agree that this audience likes this show? And 100% of the audience must like the show if they listen to it. Do you agree with that?
I'm saying that you are...
Stop. Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Stay with us.
Does the audience enjoy the show?
I don't know now.
You don't know? No. I said, does the audience... Wait a second. Why do you listen to the show?
What a blockhead.
We know the show isn't the show anymore. We have to devote time to this because we're going off the air. Do you understand that?
I hear you.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we don't necessarily like doing this. This is not my concept of the radio show, but we're in a crisis. We're going off the air because of the government's actions. A guy named Michael Powell, a guy named George W. Bush is going to sign the bill. The United States Senate has passed it, and the United States Congress. So it's political. They say you, my audience, 100% of them who like this show, can't have the show the way they like it. They are dictating policy. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. All right. That's all we needed to hear. Now, I'm going to do the news next, and there'll be plenty of dick humor, as much as I can squeeze in without Tom getting upset.
And I know you got a bar mitzvah coming up, so we'll let you get back to work.
Yeah. You got a job to look for, pal. You got to find another restaurant who wants to annoy people with your music.
Right. Artie, be sure and tell them about Joey DeSenza, because that's...
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I loved your interview with Nicole. It was great.
Thanks. And you've won $500 cash, courtesy of Bad Santa.
Oh, my God, thank you. I love you.
Coming out on DVD for the first time ever. Available on DVD everywhere right now. $500 for you.
Thank you.
All right. David Cross is a comedian. He'll come in here and cheer you up.
Love how you work that plug-in.
Work the plug-in.
What
That's a professional.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna do the news. David Cross is gonna sit in with us, and then I will be quiet. Right after...
Greg will be listening.
Joey Ramone wrote, I want to be sedated. So whoever thought he really was.
Hi, Gary. It's Joey. Will you pick up the phone? Will you wake that off your name there? What comes to my name there? I want to speak to
The preceding message was brought to you by Jack Daniels and Mr. Jim Beam. You're listening to a man who falls apart from just looking at a liquor ad. Howard Stern.
95X.
This is The Howard Stern Show.
All right, Gary, you bring in David Cross. We'll wait for him for the news. Yes, Diane, what's up?
Hi, my name's Diane. I'm married. I'm a housewife. And my husband's always like, oh, women always have feelings for other women. And I was like, never, never, never. But when I saw Beth last night, I think I changed my mind.
You have sexual feelings for her?
She's beautiful. That interview, oh, my God.
She was on the E! Show last night. I don't know if you're aware of that,
I
Robin.
watched it last night.
Yes, I am.
I don't know what you're aware of over there. I have no idea.
She was on the E! last night. It was great.
I had sex with her last night.
Oh, really?
I did. I'll admit it.
You're a very lucky man.
That's right.
And she dreamt about her last night.
And she loved it. Oh, I loved it anyway.
Anyway, she's beautiful, and that interview was great.
All right, well, there you go.
Is that guy going to ever be on again who interviewed her? He was excellent.
Was it Chauncey or Sal?
Sal,
yes.
Interviewed Beth, that's right.
Sal is a leading contender for replacing John on Win John's Job, or whatever we're calling it.
And sometimes we forget Shuli spent over.
Is, for replacing Stuttering John's job.
That's right.
Oh, well, you should hire him. He was excellent.
Well, be sure to vote for him when the voting comes up then.
When is that?
Next week, I think.
Okay, I will.
All right, baby.
All right, bye-bye.
Now, David, what sexual feelings are you having right now?
Well, I came in late to this. I just sat down and I heard a woman's voice.
She had a sex dream about my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I would let you smell my fingers, but
what's your girlfriend look like?
She's good looking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. Looking at me, you think I can't get a good looking girl.
Well, I've seen what you've gone out with, so that's just a matter of fact. But I like this place. It's nice and cozy here.
Yes, the studio is cozy.
Yeah, it's very nice.
We're not getting too used to it, though. We don't think we're going to be here much longer.
Yeah, don't expect us to be here much longer.
You're gonna go back to your roots, a little DIY pirate radio.
Yeah, that's my plan, actually. I'm going to get a little. I'm going to get not a boat. Not a cruise ship, maybe a rocket ship. Now you can do that.
Yeah, we'll go into outer space.
I'll go into outer space and beam my signal down.
A rocket ship. I haven't heard that phrase used since like 1968.
Is that an old reference?
That's what they were called. Well, it was a rocket.
You know what I was thinking of doing?
The other day.
I was thinking of going back to college radio, like Meg does, whenever she leaves commercial radio.
That's right, man.
There you go, and a lot of dead air, a lot of pauses. You can do whatever you want, mispronounce stuff.
Hey, you're a political comedian.
Yes, sir.
Where do you you for Kerry?
Yeah, I mean, out of practicality.
Yeah,
sure.
You can't be for Bush.
No, absolutely not.
Left you any options there.
No, yeah, I don't necessarily